Alright, let's see what we signed up. It's definitely better. My goodness. We was going through it, boy. Second. Alright, Alright. Let's get started. We're playing right there. Revolver. What's up, y'all? So let's play part 8. Play through, however you want to call it. Walk through, play through. Let's play. It's all that.
Brimstone? Close enough, I suppose. The express road passes about a mile outside of town.
Well, I gotta get to the governor so he can call out the troops. There's trouble heading from down south.
Well, climb on back, soldier.
Give me a second. Gotta set in my chat. And that's it. Basically it. I can think of nothing else we're gonna need though. We should be good. Really. I've literally never played it. Actually, good news for y'all. Good news for y'all. For those that watch our stream an hour later, just to enjoy and whatnot. Definitely plan with doing more tier lists for sure. If y'all ever enjoy those videos, so sure thing. Strategy lists with my friends and whatnot. It's pretty fun to do. Not just that. Yeah, I pretty much also got it set up so that my 360, right? I can stream it, and I can also stream my PlayStation 5. I mean, you could already, but like, so that it properly streams. So like when I'm playing like Modern Warfare 2, my friends and all that, you'll be able to see and like it'll sync up and everything. Yeah, you good, man. You good, man. It's not a big deal. Play mess up too. It's alright, bro. But yeah, yeah, I appreciate you for watching my stream. Honestly, you didn't need to, so I appreciate that you were. Hopefully, you have fun watching my stream. All right, so we gotta stop these. Okay. No, I don't think so.
What kind of fool hauls a wagon full of TNT through bandit country?
Diego's man? I hope you're a good shot.
I think I was safer in that cell.
We've got a ways to go yet. I hope we can make it to the canyons.
Can't you go any faster?
We're doing pretty good so far.
Left, right. You think the next batch will come from the left again?
You watch the road, I'll watch them.
Hey, yo, we doing crazy work out here. Alright, let's see, we gotta go next.
Oh, looks like I was wrong. Now they're coming from both sides.
TNT. Why couldn't it be bacon and beans?
Nah, good question. Okay,
Keep
was that
coming
it?
like this, we may not make it.
Sorry
Nope.
I got you into this, mister.
They're coming from the front now.
Thanks.
Yeah, these games are pretty fun, man.
They know where we're headed, that's for sure. They're on each side again.
Things I do for the army.
I mean, that's where I am looking at chat, so it's pretty useful.
Look up ahead.
There's
Uh-oh.
too many.
Okay, are we almost done? Tripping? First of all, let me load my gameplay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just cool to be able to play with y'all for real, like, genuinely. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's just pretty fun playing with y'all. Just having y'all in chat and whatnot, it's pretty cool overall. Hopefully, let me know if there's any audio issues with my stuff, like if the quality is a little too loud or whatnot. I'd appreciate the feedback, of course. Okay, I've been streaming for a while, so I'm trying to be consistent in terms of streams, but also like quality. I'm trying to be consistent in both of those regards. But yeah, like if y'all ever got games y'all want me to play, recommend them because there are literally games that I've never played for the PS2. Literally have never played. So if you guys have some games you want to recommend me, I'll try them out, test them out, play them, stream them. I don't have a problem. I think the only games that I would say that I know for sure that I have a little bit of knowledge of or that I have beaten. Metal Gear Solid 2 I played when I was like I think 6 or 8 years old for sure. Spider-Man, Friend or Foe, my favorite game honestly of all time personally. There goes that one. Devil May Cry, it's a game my uncle played, when I was younger. It's a game that I know because of him. Before that I wouldn't have known. And then you obviously got like your Mortal Kombat and all that, but that's like later on when I was like 10, between the ages of like 10 and 15 is when I started to learn more about fighting games like that, in that regard at least. So there's that too. Oh yeah. I've played like a pretty good amount of the Resident Evil games, and if I haven't played them, okay, let me explain this right. The one that I remember growing up and playing was 5, but the one that I remember seeing that was like real prominent for me was Resident Evil 4 on the PS2. Like, mind you, we had a PS2. I've actually, crazily enough, I love Kingdom Hearts because I've never played it, but like the story to me is really interesting, super confusing, but I don't mind. I would actually play it on stream. I don't mind. Yeah, never actually played or beat the Kingdom Hearts game. Can confirm that 100%. I know a little bit of what's going on. If I remember, like I watched a lot of videos a while back, but it's been a minute. Resident Evil, haven't played all the games. I've only played 5, and I've definitely beaten 6. But I can definitely go back and play it again. It's been a very long time. Like I haven't played some of these games since I was a little child. I'm 25 now, so it's like you're gonna forget a lot of stuff too. You might remember stuff, but it'll depend. But like the games that I was playing growing up on the PS2 was Spider-Man: Friend or Foe, Metal Gear Solid 2. That's one of my other favorite games of all time. I've never actually played the first game. If you want to go watch the video, I did stream and beat that game, so that was pretty fun. Um, yeah, I was really big into. I'm not big into sports, but like the NFL, like Street and Blitz games were crazy. Yeah, yeah, I know. There's definitely gonna be Resident Evil 9. They already announced it, everything, and Hideo Kojima is gonna be working with Jordan Peele too. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely pretty cool. I can't wait. Like, I just saw him. I should definitely do a review for that though. So that's gonna be pretty nice. Can't wait. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, Resident Evil 9 to me looks really cool. Like I still gotta beat 7 and 8. I've actually never. I've played a little bit. It's pretty wild. I've beaten the Evil Fem one. I think I did it on stream. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure I beat it on stream. Excuse me. So that was pretty cool. That game was fun, and I found out they have a first person mode, which is really sick. Um, yeah, man, there's a lot of games that I haven't played for like the older consoles. That's why I'm doing this now, because it's like this is like genuine, actual like reactions. This is like, oh, I've played these games already, and so on. No, I've literally never played any of these. It's a literal blind reaction to playing these games. Like, if y'all got any suggestions of games I should play or you want me to play, like, I'll even play niche games. I really don't care. I mean, as long as they're obviously appropriate within a reasonable regard. Because I heard that, like, they had some wrong games back in the day, of course. Bongi. King of Fighters? Oh, no, yeah, your dad was cracked, man. Your dad was tripping with that one. King of Fighters is like a really hard game to play. You ever heard of Virtua Fighter? Now, I remember, I could be wrong. This is like early 2000s Chuck E. Cheese, so like, I think, I could be wrong. I do think that they had a Virtua Fighter from the PS, not the P, sorry, that would have been probably the N64. I could be wrong. I'm trying to do both at the same time. The stagecoach's about to get shot to smithereens. You know, King of Fighters is wild. Like, I think it was my first time playing like a fighting game in the actual like arcades. Whatever it was, the Chuck E. Cheese. Cause like, oh sorry, yeah, it's Buffalo Soldier, not Buffalo Bill. My bad. I need to re-edit the title. But yeah, it's probably more appealing that way. This is really fun to play as though. I like that you get to play as different characters and get different perspectives of the story. So it's like a world building sort of game. And to me, that's really cool. Because not a lot of games now have that. Gotta get on them.
Dang!
Sorry,
soldier.
Gotta be careful. I hate to have to kill these niggas, but it's either them or else.
This looks like the end.
Gotta go, man. It's an ambush.
Just keep driving.
Man, get up out here with that. Miss me with that, bro. Boy, not making it, bro. Stop playing with your boy. Y'all not making it out here. Gotta shoot him now. Come on. I gotta get better aim. Let's see this cook bar right here. Really shooting lightning? Oh no. Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Yeah. You are not stepping on the stage kill, sir. You are dying immediately. I ain't going out like that, bro. I ain't going out like that personally. And he has PS2. That man's got every console, basically, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, the bird. And then you got the PS2 that can emulate like the PS1, so you basically have both of them. I don't know if it was able to emulate every game, but it was pretty much able to emulate a lot of the stuff. So that was pretty cool. Oh, heck no, we cooked. Chat, we are cooked. Please, like, leave me, B. Let me enjoy my time left. Last ambush. I ain't got time, bro. They're playing games. I'm about to die. Oh, my last bit of health. Leave me be. They're playing games out here, man. I'm about to say, better not be last ambush. I about near die.
Sorry I can't take any closer, but there's some desperate folks in need of these supplies.
Much obliged, mister. I'll make sure to tell the governor you helped me. There may even be a reward in it for
If
you.
it's all the same to you, I'd just assume that Governor Griffin don't even know who I am. Good luck to you, soldier.
Buffalo Soldier's pretty wild, then I ain't gonna lie. Excuse me. I'm gonna live chat though too, make it a little more
Governor,
accurate.
you gotta call General Bowden right away, sir.
Yeah, everybody's here. I appreciate y'all watching.
There's a renegade general on your territory. His name is Diego. He's running a gold mine, and he's using slave labor. It's a job only the U.S. Army can handle, sir. He has an army, and a fort, too.
Well, thank you, soldier. Mr. Diego is one of my biggest contributors. I'm sure this is all a simple misunderstanding.
Whose man's is this?
Kelly here, he's gonna take good care of you.
Oh nah. Xbox. What type of Xbox are you trying to? The original Xbox? You trying to get an original Xbox? I'm assuming. Oh, where we got a body for standing snake. That's what's up. That's crazy. So that man's got every place. Huh. That's pretty crazy. Honestly. So he loves the PlayStation, he has a PC, and he wants to get out of it. And he wants to get Xbox, but he has 360 and the Xbox One. Does he have the newest one that's out or the original Xbox One? Because I just have the 360, the Xbox One, and then I didn't have an Xbox original growing up. I grew up with the 360. And then I also had like obviously the Xbox One that I have right behind me. And then I have the Xbox Series S or X. So Gotcha. Yeah, if he wants to do that, I would suggest getting one used. Worst comes to work, because they're up in the like Microsoft, they're up in the prices now. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like consoles used to be like, realistically, from when I was growing up, 2000, you got my it's 2000, literally the year 2000. So like, I say about 05, 06. I think consoles were realistically about $400, $500 max. Depending on what you're doing though, but usually 500. Now companies are like, hey, let's make them 700. Let's make them like they're getting up there in price. So my suggestion for your pops, I mean, if you got the money, go ahead. But if If he wanted to be right, like, I guess, smart about it, I guess the way we would say it. If you want to be smart about it, get it used. Because I'm going to be real, most people are playing PC. If you want to collect and play the consoles, you'd be better off getting them used. Like, I would not recommend a person right now, right? Personally, I would not recommend a person to go out and pay $120 for a PS2 game that came out 20 years ago. I love the PS2. Personally, I love it. It is a phenomenal console. It's a console I grew up with, right? Alright, man, you good. Yeah, you good, poo-poo, man. But, like, I wouldn't recommend paying all this money for consoles came out 20 years ago. Because to be for real, yeah, those games are getting remade, so on and so forth, but literally, there are ways of getting those games. I'm not going to say how or what, so on and so forth, but there's ways of getting those games. I'm going to be honest. And it's a lot cheaper alternative. I'm going to be honest. Like, there's no debating it, none of that. Like, I don't go to buy your games, even the third market party, but don't spend $120 on one game when you can get, like, that's literally 2 games right now. I mean, but even our video games now, they're even upping the price on it, which to me is absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure from like 2000. Let me pull up a chart real quick, make sure I'm not tripping. I gotta pull up a chart for this because this is crazy to think about. Give me a second. Let me change my screen output. Gotta move this a little bit too. Don't need it right here. All right, let's go. Game capture, display capture. All right. Is this? Yep. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's good. All right, let me try out game capture. So if we give me a sec, I could actually just make this fit within the frame clearly. So if we look this up, pretty sure it's going to say otherwise. I'm going to look this up because I'm not going to say this is 100% accurate. I'm going to go to a more accurate, like, serious, I don't want to do AI overview. I mean, you could, but I want to be 100% accurate on this. Or as accurate as I can. Well, it's an AI review. I don't want to say that's 100% accurate, but what if they got a chart up here or something proving it? No, not average not inflation. I'm trying to look for just genuine. Okay. No. This is specifically. Okay, game prices over the decades is what I should say. Not privates. Okay, that should be more accurate. There we go. Well, look, prices, that's the question we need to figure out too. Okay. All right, so we got average price for new console games adjusted. No, that's not it. That's not an. That's inflation. We're talking about the actual cost, just general, like standard retail price when it came out. Because even now we could even say that too. Oh, you good? You good, man? You good? If you got a Discord, you can just hit me up or whatever. I'm probably gonna end the stream after this. So, okay. So we got $40, 45, and 85 is when the game started hitting a little higher. 50, 89. They were 50 for a little bit, and then 1990. Okay, so yeah, it would vary in like between like from 77 to 59. Well, sorry, to not 59. 1990 is when they varied in price, and then you would have from 1993 to literally 2001, $50 on average. 2005, on average, I would say on average, yeah. So from 2005 to about 2017, yeah, so 12 years, games were about $60 on average. So explain to me why. Please do. Explain to me why games are now $70. And realistically, they're saying, oh, it costs more to make games now. That's not true. It don't cost more. They're spending an unnecessary amount on video games. Right? I guarantee if I look up the cost of production to make Red Dead Redemption 1, it's not $200 million. I know you're saying, oh, but the technology they're using, it's more graphically better. It's, they're using newer technology. This technology has been around since 2013. Motion capture for video games has been around since The Last of Us 1, the original release. This has been around since, like, really, motion capture for just graphics in general have been around for a very long time. The one time I remember being a big thing was Pirates of the Caribbean. That movie had phenomenal graphics. That is the reason why that makes sense for it to cost that much. Realistically, a game with graphics now, okay, yeah. I would say at max, $80 million it should cost max. If you want to do production, marketing, cost of actual production, like, people working on the audio files, the actual models of everything in the game, like the assets and, the actual character models and everything else, and paying everybody, $80 million, realistically. I think once you start going over $80 million is when it's a problem. That is my personal opinion. That is my personal opinion. I think it's a bit over exaggerated. Give me a second. Yeah, so give me a second. Let me be sure you're watching it now. Cause I will definitely have to add you. And if not, you can subscribe, like, follow, all that. You already know. Let me grab my Discord in here if possible. Let me make sure I got the right one. Okay, let me see something real quick. Close, disable that. Not everybody has a Discord app, but it's another big thing. I only just now recently got a Discord to be for real, for real. Yeah, man, I'll be playing every game up there. Like, I'm into a bunch of games. I think the one game I know I'm not for sure really into is like JRPGs, but I'm not gonna say that they're bad or nothing either. I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're not. Yeah, but Discord if you ever want to add me. Yeah, that's my Discord if you want to add me. It's just that. Or who else is watching, so on and so forth. I don't really be doing too much. Just be playing video games, streaming. I'm probably gonna get into soldering and probably start doing videos on that too. I just need to get used to doing soldering. But yeah, man, like, video games should not be $80, $90 right now. And they're saying, oh, it's the cost of production, whatever excuse. That's unrealistic. If games from 1990, I'm cool with that. You ain't gotta call me or whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm cool with just hitting you up and whatnot whenever you can. But yeah, man, like, okay, poo poo, man. I got a question. Everybody else watching. Do you think current games in the state that they're in should be $70 to $90? Realistically. You good? Yeah, man. I don't think games should be $90. I don't even think the games that we had growing up should be $90. $60 was a sweet spot, right? And they're like, oh, but inflation. You're telling me a game that has been ported on 4 other generations of consoles. Let's say NES, right? You're telling me a game from the NES should be $120, $200, $300 for that specific game, right? Wait, I got NES. I got a couple second chances NES games. Let me pull them up over here, right? Not mine. I'm not playing the original NES, but I do have one. Ninja Gaiden 2 on the NES, open cartridge, right? Let's say if it was in the original box and everything else. I personally, probably a really good game. I don't think it's worth $70 to $90. Now, personally, these are all amazing consoles. Sega Genesis, NES, SNES, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PS3, Xbox 360, original Xbox, Xbox One, even though it was like, they weren't doing great in terms of marketing and how they were producing the product, but overall, it's a pretty good starting point to an extent. It's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But for me, no game should be $70 to $90. That's ridiculous. Because mind you, right? It used to be they would make the game. They would have a wait time. You would have early access to pre-beta the game. They would actually polish and work on the game, have time to do it. And now it's like, oh, first day release, literally. And 90% of the game is straight bugs. There's nothing but bugs and glitches and everything else in the game. And they expect people to pay $70 to $90 now. I don't even blame the developers for these games. I blame the companies running them. That's the problem. Because there's no way realistically, right? Game development on average takes 2 to 5 years. On average. We're doing an estimate. 2 to 5 years, right? You're telling me in 2 to 5 years, they're going to have a game finished completely. With no issues. On a console that possibly might be a new console coming out that they don't know anything about. Or to an extent, they have to also port it to other consoles. So they got to configure everything and code it and program it for those other devices. Not devices, but systems, essentially. That's unrealistic if you think that there's not going to be any issues with any of this stuff, right? To then be like, hey, not only do we want you to pay for the base game, we want you to pay another $60 to $120 to however much we want you to pay for DLC, which some of it isn't just, oh, it's cosmetics and stuff that looks cool, right? It is now. That's part of the game that was supposed to be in the original story. Because the best thing to me about the original, not even the original, the early 2000s games, and even mid 2000s, because I would say, personally, I didn't grow up in the 80s. But I will say this. Playing Mega Man, Super Mario, Super Metroid, all these other games that I have on the SNES and whatnot and everything else. Really cool, innovative games for their time. Really cool mechanics, right? There are no new games to me that have very cool mechanics that are like, oh my gosh, I need to go buy that the minute it's announced, right? And then the worst part is people are like, oh, but graphics, right? I'm going to be real. The only difference between PS4 and PS5 is, to me as of right now, is slightly better detail. Gonna be honest. That's even, let's say, the PS4 Pro, because that's a more later version where it got a little bit better innovatively. And I got a PS5 right behind me. Gonna be honest with you, do not play this. I don't even play it that much. I mean, if they were to literally, because here's another thing, backwards compatibility, right? I know I'm going to sound wishy-washy about saying this, right? Like I said, PS2 was backwards compatible. PS3 was backwards compatible. The 360 was backwards compatible. Xbox One backwards compatible. But the difference is, if you're going to be paying for backwards compatibility for a service, I would preferably recommend Microsoft. Yeah, good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching the stream, of course. Like, I hope you're doing great too in life as well. But yeah, man, like, these companies be doing too much stuff. It's literally not that deep. Make a good product. They'll actually listen and get feedback, not just from corporate people in suits, people that play games and enjoy them, and play a variety of games, or specifically based on the type of game that you're playing, on how to make a good product, or even a better product than what you already have. It's not that hard. Now they're all about, oh, we're going to make it the most groundbreaking looking game. I'm going to be real. I would rather play any game from there, and I know people are like, oh, graphics are super important. They're important, but if the story is trash, I do not care how great the game looks. I do not care. God of War, phenomenal game. Decent graphics, I'm gonna be honest. Pretty good graphics for PS2 though. Like really good graphics for detail for PS2. But if the story was not enjoyable through and through, it should not have gotten a sequel. Not only that, the God of War, if it was a bad story, should have not gotten a sequel. And secondly, it should not be based at the same cost as AAA games. 90% of these games right now should not be $60 or above. Racing games, I'm gonna be real, $30 or less. Unless it's like literally some crazy stuff. Like let's say you beat a race on Earth. You can go race on Mars. You can go race on the rings of Saturn after beating a level. Like, to me, that stuff would be really insane. Racing on different planets and different... Like, to me, that stuff would be really cool. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because it'd be too creative and too innovative for that genre to do stuff like that. So, of course, they're going to release... Oh, we're Nintendo. We're going to go ahead and say, yeah, the new Mario Racing game, which is just a slightly different version with wall driving, which other games have already had for racing games for 20 years. If not 15 for sure. Yeah, we're going to release it for $90. It's ridiculous, dog. Chili Billy, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I got a PS5. The only game I'm hoping that's decent, GTA 6. Because here's the other problem, right? I love PlayStation. When they care about their consumers. We had a whole pandemic. They should not have dropped a console during that time. They should have waited. Because they're trying to compete with Microsoft. Which I get competition's good. But realistically, personally, if they know the market is not going to work in their favor in terms of production of product, do not make the product until you know for sure you're going to get your money back. Because I even made videos back then. Oh, I need to get a PS5, right? Like, I paid for it. I didn't pay $1,000 because that would have been... No, that's ridiculous. I hate scalpers. That's another thing. I got a PS5 literally back here. I'll play a couple of the games up there. Personally, you already got a PS4. If you needed to fix the fan, I would suggest taking apart your... When's the last time you cleaned out your console? Because I have a PS4 Pro. Right here. Clean that out. Works like a charm. Not even joking. And if you need to go watch a YouTube video, I would suggest doing that. Honestly. I would literally suggest doing that. PS5 ain't even worth it. It's literally not worth it. And with the way the economy is, they're going to be upping their prices too. If you feel like you absolutely need to get a PS5, you have the money for it to spend extra, if you already paid your bills and everything else, go ahead, be my guest. But if you already got a PS4, if it is working really well, besides the fact that it gets hot, and after you clean it, obviously, if you haven't cleaned it in a long time, I would just keep the PS4. I'm gonna be real. 80 to 90% of the game, literally, God of War Ragnarok, you could play on the PS4. It might not look as great as a PS5, but it is literally the exact same game. they are still supporting PlayStation 4 because they knew for a fact we're getting clowned on for releasing a product, the PS5, knowing that we can't produce pieces of technology, right? The microchips and everything else. We're having a shortage of that. So we're going to still support and drop PS4 games in 2025, right? So realistically, your PS4 is still functional. You may have to clean it out. I would suggest PS4. Personally, that's what I would suggest. You might disagree and be like, oh, but I have a PS5. I don't play it, bro. I'm going to be real. I play these games. And the reason why I play these games is because I know it for a fact, right? There are so many games on the PlayStation 2 that I've literally never played. We could even go back to the NES that I haven't played. When's the last, like I said, when's the last time you cleaned it out, Chili Billy? Because that's another thing. My PS4 didn't get hot, but it was like, some of the games were running a little slow. If you clean out the dust completely from your console, which is not, I got a PS4 Pro. You just got to look at what console version you have. Yeah, I would just suggest cleaning it out, like taking it apart and cleaning it out. It's not that hard, it's super easy. Now for Fortnite and Red Dead, I don't really know. I mean, well, are you talking about Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2? Because that's another thing. Like those games, well, Fortnite you could basically play on anything. I wouldn't even say you need a PS4 for that. Now Red Dead, maybe, but even then, you could really play that on PC if you needed to, if you really needed to. But if you want to get a PS5, you can. Just know 80% of the good games that are on there are going to be from the console you already own. Tell you. The only game... Wait, actually, no, I can't even say Ghost of Tsushima because it was on the PS4. It was literally on the PS4. It says PS4-PS5. Resident Evil Remake 2 and 3. PS4-PS5. The PlayStation 5 is probably the same way that people felt about the Xbox One that originally came out. The reason that I say this is, right, they didn't know what they were doing. Or they did know what they were doing. And considering the environment in which the product was created, it didn't make it any better in terms of them making newer, innovative products for that system they were trying to execute in terms of, oh, we got better graphics, but, you know, we're releasing PS4 games on the PS5, which is cool, but we have no actual new games. And when we do, it's going to be, oh, it's only God of War or Spider-Man. And the amount of IPs, intellectual properties, Sony owns is literally ridiculous. Astrobot literally showed you. They at least got 152 IPs they can do. Even from companies that literally don't exist. We can get into Jackson Daxter. We can get into Ratchet and Clank. I mean, they made newer games, yeah. But, be real. Some of them get it for long-time fans, right? They can make a new Infamous if they really wanted to. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I make sound super duper advice, but literally, I have a PS5. I can't confirm. It's sitting there and collecting dust most of the time. It is not a console that realistically I would pay $700 or $1,000 for. I would pay retail price originally when it came out. I realistically don't even think it's worth $500. I would say $350 at most. Because most of the games that are up there are still on the PS4. And to be for real, I'm going to keep it a B. I'm going to keep it 100% honest with y'all. Love that y'all actually commented and we can do the back and forth thing. I really appreciate it. But my biggest thing is, I love video games. I genuinely love playing them. They're very interesting seeing how they work, the mechanics and everything else. You know, like, for me, this stuff is really cool. And, like, I want to be able to, like, I got a PS Vita. I'm able to, like, mod it. I'm able to play PS1 games on there and everything else, too. So it's like, I'm not getting a Switch. Like, I love video games. But for me, I would not recommend for somebody to spend their hard-earned money, especially in this economy, for somebody to pay for a console that has no new actual games. Because that COVID not happened, and the excuse of, oh, it's the politics of it all. Look, there's no excuse. The only reason why Sony and Microsoft are now increasing their game price is because everybody jumped on the bandwagon, and the idea that Nintendo was like, hey, it's because of the tariffs and everything else. That may affect some stuff. But realistically, Nintendo has always been greedy. They're not going to outright say it, but they've always been greedy. That's the thing that gets me personally. It irks my nerve when you have ulterior intentions and saying that it's something else when it clearly isn't. That is a part that genuinely angers me. Because now you have people that are like, hey, games are $80 and $90. You would have big YouTubers that would sit up there, oh, Nintendo's a sellout. They're doing it just to then go next week. As soon as the Switch 2 releases, yeah, we're going to buy it and then do a review. You still got, think about this, consoles, specifically controllers, right? Within a certain amount of time, they're all going to deteriorate and break and everything. That's why I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing. I do recommend if you have the consoles, keep them and preserve them as long as you can. I'm not going to say they won't deteriorate. Everything ends at one point. But for me, I would not recommend getting the Switch 2 at all. Even if you love the games, so on and so forth. I had a Wii growing up. That was really cool. Like, the Wii was a great console. But you have the companies like Nintendo that snowball effect these sort of things. It's like, okay, we got people saying, oh, they don't like the fact that we're going to make our game bleeding. Mind you, before that, games were still $60 max. 70 to 80, maybe a little more if you're buying like an Ultimate Edition. But that's if you really, really want to. I would really say it was about $64 for a game. 60 to 70. Once you're hitting the $80 to $90, you're already getting to a closer to $90 to $100 video games, which play the exact same as every other game that's going to be coming out. Now, chill a bit loud. You might be older than me, you might be younger than me. I'm 25, but for me, I would never recommend somebody waste their money on current video games unless they absolutely know for a fact they're going to enjoy that game and play it for a long time. Like for me, Red Dead, never played it. I would recommend playing that. Red Dead 2, I would recommend playing that. You don't even need a Switch. Your phone can be a Switch. I'm not joking. Like, I'm literally not. You know the worst part about Nintendo is? You know the worst part that Eric's mind there is about Nintendo? They're saying, oh, it's a tariffs, this is that. They set the game market price to $80 to $90. People bought into it, bought their console, and it's still going to be stick drift. There's literally no difference between the last console they just released, the Switch 1, in 2017, and 2024 or 2025, the Switch 2. And here's the worst part. The games aren't even going to be better. Some of them might be a little bit new and innovative, but not to the point of being an $80 or $90 game. I got a PS Vita. I'm going to be real. I did not pay $350 for this. I did not pay $450. I don't even got to buy the games. Literally, this console was the original Switch. You would literally be able to, and I'm probably going to stream that too. You could stream your actual console, your PS Vita to your TV. You can stream your PS Vita to your TV, right? Not only that, you can play PS1 games because of the PSP emulator. And trying to be real with you, phones are capable of playing all the old school games. Your phone now has a thing, right? Where literally, if you wanted to, you get a specific cord. I don't know what cord it would be, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too hard to find. It's pretty. This has been happening since, I think, 2014, 2015. That's when phones started getting modern, I guess let's just say. You can literally dock up your phone to your computer and set it up like an actual emulator. That's understandable. I mean, that's understandable. Like, Red Dead 2, this is why I'm playing Red Dead Revolver. I'm going to play these games in order. Like, I'm actually going to restart my playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, I want to play the series as intended. I mean, I did mess up with Metal Gear Solid because technically, it would go to NES games first, and actually before they be Peace Walker and so on and so forth. But that's besides the point. I still already uploaded and beat the game. That's what I was mainly concerned about, to an extent. But like, I want to play a series of games, and since, think about this too, right? PlayStation, they have a vast majority of games. This game, yeah, sure, you can pay for this, and you can buy all the games, whatever, right? Now, I got a question. After a while, you start getting all these PS2 games, whatever, on the current consoles. What's the likelihood of you spending that money on something else that you could actually, realistically, would need to spend it on, right? Here's the worst part, though. I could play, alright? PlayStation Premium is probably like 170, 180 from what I heard on a couple YouTube videos and everything else. Probably not 100% accurate because they might have updated or changed it now. But it's like 180. Xbox, right? Their Game Pass is $240 a year now. I think that even that's ridiculous because it used to be 120. Companies are getting greedy. That's another thing. But let me go back to the point of the video game and everything else. The reason why I do emulators and everything else, right, is because it's preservation. People are like, oh, companies like, oh, you know, you're playing our games without buying them. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. You go to a regular third-party seller, like a regular store, video game store, I'm going to be real with you. The company does not see a dime of that money. I mean, yeah, I'm not against preserving physical media. Obviously, like, I literally, last week, paid $1 for, like, 5 different movies. One of them was a Ray Charles movie with Jamie Foxx, but those are movies I know what I would enjoy. Terminator 2, I got on physical disc, which is really hard to find. From when I literally was here for 2 years where I'm at now. Tried to look for it, couldn't find it, but gladly I found it. But they were only selling it for $1. There is on no possible universe that I would be paying for something that came out 20 years ago that is going to be re-brought onto a newer console, right? For the original price it came out at, if it's just going to be brought over to the next one at a way cheaper price. Not only that, I would not even pay double. Wouldn't even pay double. Because to me, that's actually ridiculous. Generally, Chili Billy, that's actually ridiculous. So, yeah, I got beef with Nintendo. They're trying to act like, oh, it's the tariffs, it's this, it's that. No, it's not always going to just be that. Y'all have always been greedy. Y'all are going to show your greed by making games $80 to $90. So when people start buying it, like they did, how many games are $80 to $90? Literally, think about this. Team Cherry just released a really good game. Haven't played it yet. Still got to play Hollow Knight. They just released Silksong, right? $20. This is now showing the narrative that, oh, it's not because of the tariffs and everything else we can't release a game. It took them 7 years to release this game. The sequel that has been long awaited for, which I can't blame. Really good at making games, obviously. It's only 4 guys, but even with the amount of people it took to develop a game now with Sony and everything else, there's no excuse why games can't be lower than $90. Or even $60 if they don't need to be, right? The game is $20, right? You got people who are pirates, right? Who literally say, don't pirate the game. Go buy. Because that game is actually worth every dollar. And I can't even disagree. So now it's the idea that, oh, Team Cherry's got all these companies shaking in their boots like, we're charging these people an absurd amount of money. What if they start revolting and not buying our games that are actually dog water? Like, well, what's the possibility? What's going to happen if they don't pay $90 for a game that is not worth $90? Buddy, lower the price of your games. People got to eat. Video games that are lasting on people's mind. I'm going to be real. Like, I love video games, but you can't eat. You can't play video games if you can't eat. You have nowhere to live. And you have no wife. And if you don't have a job that supports it. Video games at the end of the day is it's not the necessity. It is I forgot the technical term for it. Not a requirement. It's an accessible to an extent. I forgot what it's called exactly. Basically, at the end of the day, we have video games, but you can live without video games. I'm gonna be real. As great as they are, you can live without video games. You can't live without food, water, shelter, or a phone nowadays. Because you need to call people and do stuff. Obviously, like that's a necessity now. I feel like, and obviously a car. So for them to charge $80 to $70 to $90 now, including tax, so it's not even $70. It's closer to $80 to $100 now, between those prices in the U.S. at least. It's probably even worse over in Canada than everywhere else. Like, yeah, it actually is. Because of how their marketing cost per value of a dollar works over there. Even though it's not called dollar, but yeah. Wait, why is it weird? Wait, why is it? I mean, I'm only 25, dog. Like, I'm not young, but I'm not super duper old either. So, like, I also grew up with, like, older people, like, my aunt, my uncle, my mom, stepdad was really cool. Like, I grew up around so many older people. Like, I'm young, but, like, I'm young, but I think, I've been told I think like I'm a little older to an extent. I mean, I am young. I'm not going to say I don't do stupid stuff. Everybody does when they're younger, obviously. But, like, games aren't needed. It's a privilege. It's not a requirement. There we go. It's a privilege to play video games. It's not a requirement for existing. But I do this like the Rat Brand. That's one of my favorite YouTubers. You will be watching him play video games, you know, because people couldn't afford them, obviously, even with $60. Not everybody can afford video games. It's a privilege to have video games. Honestly, it literally is. I am privileged enough to live the life that I do, and I want to do better for it. I mean, you got to think about this too. I mean, people used to do it back in the like Halo 3 drop. People did it. Like, for them, there's got to be something that's really engaging them about the whole thing of waiting for a midnight launch or release of a game. I mean, but now you got to think about it now. Like, now it's digital. You don't even got to be at the store. They literally, like, that's another thing. Now video games have now been to the point where it's like, oh, you know, you're waiting for, midnight release. You don't need to wait at the place. You don't need to wait at the store. Literally, you can download it while you're sleeping. Not even joking. Download it. Once it's 12, go to sleep. Game's already ready. Not even joking. So for me, even that aspect of it has been reduced. I think the other biggest problem for video games was the minute they said, hey, you got a physical disc for that game. Now you got to download it. And to me, that is absolutely stupid. You're telling me I got to use the Wi-Fi that I paid for to then use the service that I got to pay for to play games online. Not only that, I got to download and wait 3 to 12 hours for a game to download. I'm just spitballing here on 12, but I got to wait 3 to 5 hours, even crazier, a day or two for a game to download completely, be ready. That's crazy. And then the worst part is the game is made. That's the worst part. The game is made. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, y'all. Like, don't y'all think it's stupid? Like, games now have no creativity, and now it's all about, oh, we're gonna spam y'all with microtransactions. We're gonna hit you guys with the craziest amount of nonsense. Oh yeah, and then if you want to play the real game, like the cool stuff, you gotta pay for another game, basically. That's not fair. That's not fair to consumers at all. I think that's unfair. In fact, it's downright disrespectful. They think y'all are stupid. They think y'all are downright stupid. That's the worst part. It angers me when they question your intelligence, right? But as I've said, I mean, you got people who are willing to shill in and be like, hey, Nintendo should charge $70 to $90 for their games. They'll say it straight blank point. Nintendo should charge the amount to charge because they make great products. Dog, let's consider this. Luigi's Mansion. Wait, you didn't know what? Didn't know they did what? What, Chili Billy? I'm genuinely curious. What did you know? What did you know? Didn't know that they did. Yeah, no problem. I gotta work at like 9, so I mean, hopefully get some sleep though. Appreciate you joining the live, obviously. If you got a Discord or whatever, I'll drop it in here real quick too. I don't know if you got a Discord or not, but I mean, I mainly use Discord to chat with people and that. I mean, I'd love to chat with the viewers, of course, obviously, whenever I can. Set up a little server for the channels and everything else, my socials. It'd be pretty cool to do. So play games with y'all on stream would be cool too. Cause I've literally never played games with viewers and anything like that, so that would be pretty cool, honestly. Give me a second. Let me drop it right here for you, Chili Billy. All right. This is my Discord user. I'm gonna drop it right here. There we go. I mean, yeah, man. Like, but oh yeah, no, yeah, they. It is so super. Like I remember 360. Oh yeah, you got a disc. You paid for it, $60. Now you gotta pay. Now you gotta wait for it to download. Oh, but I hope this game's really good. It's even worse now because you're paying more money for online services. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like the concept of, oh, I'm gonna pay full price for a game, put it on my console, and won't start. I gotta wait for it to download. Dog, the game should be fine right now. Literally, it's in the console. The point of the console is to immediately play. It's supposed to be plug and play, not plug and wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry I'm bouncing around back and forth on topics, but I'm just really passionate about video games, honestly. Like, clearly you can tell I love playing them. Like, I can't name too many people that are right now in 2025 that are going to be playing PS2, PS1, SNES that are my age. Can't name too many, honestly. I literally cannot. So, but, I mean, you got to think about it too. Like, I am glad that I grew up in the year 2000 because I had the greatest era of video games. You would literally have old consoles meld with the idea of new consoles and IPs from my parents' era and the generation that we have for the 2000s. It's literally a complete hodgepodge of like really cool, creative, innovative stuff. Like, y'all have no idea. It was great being around in the early 2000s as a kid, man. And like, even then, like, right? You got games you can play online, obviously, right? I am mad. I'm mad they got rid of couch co-op. That's another problem. They should not have gotten rid of it. They should have kept it. I don't see what. Oh yeah, everybody's gonna pay online anyways. Yeah, but not everybody can afford it. And let's say you're at your friend's house and you want to play co-op, like a campaign or something, or even like just general, or split screen specifically, because that was a big thing back then. It's not anymore. Yeah. That would just be the best introduction for you to get somebody into paying for your online services you're trying to market. Word of mouth. Easiest way to go about it. But now everybody knows about it, but now you're overcharging for the cost of services, even though they're not worth it. I would even say Microsoft should not be charging $240. You understand, right? Like, gaming is a privilege, but if there is a way to get it at a more affordable price or even free, I'm gonna recommend it. I don't care who it is. You don't cancel me, do whatever you want. I don't really care. In terms of the companies, I don't care what you got to say about that. I think that it's stupid that games are being treated the way that they are. Because for me, it's a reflection on how they view people now. We're a commodity of consumers that are there for their financial gain. We are not there to actually progress and innovate the company how it should be. It's now about, oh, how can we basically get all the money out of all these idiots? It is no longer, oh, we got a cool idea. We're a smaller, decent-sized team, or even a big-sized team. We're going to make something we want people to really enjoy for our idea. It is now the way the art is seen now, right? The AI thing, right? AI is a tool. I am not against AI to an extent, but the way that it's getting used is a problem. They're not going to tell you all this. 80 to 90% of the jobs that require manual labor for the most part, like construction and everything else, are probably going to be gone within the next 5 to 10 years. This is why I'm doing YouTube. They're not going to like tell y'all. They ain't going to be blunt with y'all. I would just suggest being a content creator. If there's something that you love to do, go and do it. I'm not going to stop you. I'll support you and say you should go ahead and do it. It's my personal suggestion. So, but to sit here and expect the world to be like, okay, it's cool. Literally, nobody can afford a house right now. The market's ridiculous right now for jobs and everything else. If there is a way out, I would recommend doing it. Especially when it comes to social media. I wouldn't say go out and scam people. I would never wish that on anybody. Don't ever do that. Because karma's a mug, I'm telling you. So, if there's something you're genuinely passionate about, and you work at it and put in effort for it, it'll show. You may not get the biggest following starting off. You don't need that. You just need a consistent, loyal following. And don't do nothing crazy. That's another thing. Don't do nothing stupid. And it's like, oh, I'm big. I got all this following and stuff now. So I'm gonna be doing something stupid. No, that's supposed to be a bonus. You getting all this money and all this accolades and everything, that's just a bonus. You should genuinely be yourself the whole time. I think people that are like, hey, I'm going to be acting fake now because I got money, because this stuff does not matter, right? In the grand scheme of things, this stuff does not matter. It's what you do and how you carry yourself is what matters. And people aren't willing to actually state that. They're like, oh, we're going to be fake. We're going to be money hungry. We're going to be scamming. We're going to be doing people dirty. We're going to lie, deceit, do all this negative stuff. I'm not cool with none of that. I'm going to be real with y'all. I am never going to be the type of person as soon as if I ever made it big, or if I do make it big, I ain't never going to be like, oh, I'm going to drop something. Never drop it and be like, oh, everybody paid all their money, screw them over, and just run off. That's not cool. I wouldn't want it happening to me, so why would I do it to you? Stupid. It's actually stupid. It's idiotic. And I'm not saying, oh, you're, like, let's say you got a big following. Your following makes you, but it does to an extent. It shows that people are willing to support you, and you're willing to support you. So if you're willing to screw them over, that means you're willing to jeopardize your livelihood and how you carry yourself for ideologies that don't matter, realistically, like wealth. I'm not saying don't try to better your life. Obviously, that's very important to do if you want to progress and everything else. Do something that works for you. But, like, let's say, for instance, oh, I'm gonna cool $1 billion. Okay, yeah, you can go for the goal of it. Do whatever you want to do. But you should not have to screw people on the way to get there. You should not have to do people dirty on the way to get to where you want to go. I personally think we are on this earth to help people and getting their goals done and progressing as a society overall. But we're now on the idea of, oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry I'm yapping, but like, hey, look, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for yapping. So I'll get back into it. But yeah, man, I mean, just don't do people dirty, man. I'm sorry for yapping, Mini Legend, and not everybody else. I like to yap. I like to be a little real. So, all right, should we get to Dynamite or should we get to Lion? Pontificator. Yeah, we got the money for it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, my bad, me, you ladies and everybody else. I know you guys watch this like, why is bro yapping so much? I'm sorry, I'm just really into stuff. Like, I'm really into video games and passionate about stuff. Like, I love doing this. So, hey yo, they shooting.
Cousin, if we wait much longer for the cavalry, they'll be rescuing our corpses.
Boy, we cooked.
we attack the Gatling gun head on, we'll both die. I'll draw the fire while you try to find a way inside the walls.
We finna get hit with that. Wait, we finna get hit with that. Oh, down, brother. Oh no. Oh, we died. Yeah, no, we got hit with that. Alright, let me lower this too. I'll lower it. Small.
If we
Look
wait
at
much
small.
longer for the cavalry, they'll be rescuing our corpses. If we attack the Gatling gun head on, we'll both die. I'll draw the fire while you try to find a way inside the walls.
Hold it!
Get him, cut. That boy. What we gonna do, ain't we? Get out of here with all that cheese, bro. Oh, we dead, bro.
Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your
What's
jet.
up, Jack? We ain't make it, bro. We got cooked. We gotta lock in, bro. We getting cooked out here, man. We getting too flayed. Oh, wait, we got dynamite? Oh, I got no dynamite. What am I doing?
Pray for a swift death.
Let's see if we can. One time. I'm not gonna know, man. Take a form, bro. That's right. Hit him with the Django. Django. Have you ever
More
loved?
than that to kill one of the people.
Worm? Come on. Come on, bruh. You need to move out the way, man. Get out the way. You move out the way, man. We tripping. Alright, let me see something. I ain't got my set on my chat.
Cousin, if we wait much...
Hold it!
Alright, first of all, we need to lock in with this. We playing games out here. I mean, we are playing games, but not literally. Yeah, we are. Same thing, more or less. Alright. Let me see something. I need to think so that it disappears soon. It's just gonna show up and not disappear. Textile. Nope. Yep, we're gonna do that. There we go. That way to refresh them. Yeah, yeah, man. Maybe we cooked. Oh yeah, what's up, Indie Legend? Hopefully you're still here. Sorry for the long yap session, of course, though. You already know. It's your boy. Yeah. We're gonna try to beat this tonight. Sure. Headshots, come on. Headshot. Bing. You're that guy with the Gatling gun. He out here doing too much. Run it. Move. Watch out there, watch out there. Come on. These are coming from everywhere. Good God. What's up, they wearing it? Yo. Hold that for me, buddy. Hold them bullets.
It takes more than that to kill one of the people.
If we can take him now. We knocked the door out, probably not.